My brother-in-law, 28, physically abused my sister, 24. I'm worried she'll go back to him. He hurt her, and I don't know how she can even think about reconciling with him. My sister, 24, sent me a frantic text saying her husband, 28, had hit her. I couldn't believe what I was reading. They had gotten into an argument while lying in bed with her breastfeeding their daughter. The situation escalated, and he punched her in the face. She was shocked and cried out in pain, which woke up their baby. The baby started wailing, and in a twisted attempt to silence them, he slapped my sister again. She immediately texted me, desperate for help, asking what she should do. I was livid and scared for her safety. I swore and told her to pack her bags right away, promising to arrange for my brother to pick her up since I'm not in the country and she doesn't drive. Thankfully, she's now safe at our mom's house, but I'm still reeling from the news. When my sister stood up for herself, telling him nobody hits me, he callously responded with shut up and sleep. He tried to silence her, dismissing her pain and emotions. He even mocked her, saying stop with the book talk, implying that her thoughts and feelings were somehow less valid than his own. And then he delivered a chilling warning: if you leave the house, don't think I will run after you. It was a clear threat, meant to control and intimidate her. He was telling her that she had nowhere to go, that she was trapped. But she refused to be held captive by his abuse. She found the courage to reach out to me, and now she's safe, at least for the moment. I know my sister all too well. She's a dedicated stay-at-home mom, relying on her husband for financial support. That's why I'm worried she'll go back to him, despite the abuse. She might feel trapped, thinking she has no other options. I want to help her see that she deserves better, but I'm not sure how to convince her. What can I say or do to make her realize that returning to him will only put her and their daughter in more danger? And even if she does go back, how can we ensure he won't hurt her again? Unfortunately, I know he will. His behavior is a classic pattern of abuse. He's already shown his true colors, and I fear for my sister's safety. I want to protect her, but I need guidance on how to do it effectively. I'm consumed by anger and helplessness, seeing my sister treated like this. She's always been kind and supportive to him, loving him unconditionally, and this is how he repays her. He's a toxic, insecure individual who can't even handle a harmless glance from my sister. The incident that triggered his violence was ridiculously petty. She simply turned to see who was passing by while he was parking the car. That's all it took for him to unleash his wrath on her. His behavior is a stark reminder that his issues run deep, and I fear for my sister's future if she stays with him. His insecurity and possessiveness are a deadly combination, and I worry that next time, things will escalate even further. He comes from a decent family, which makes his behavior even more shocking. My sister is particularly close to his dad, who's always been kind to her. Now, I'm wondering if she should confide in him about the abuse. Would he listen and take action? Or would he dismiss it and side with his son? Telling him could be a risk, but it might also be an opportunity to expose his son's true nature. If she does decide to tell him, I hope he'll have the courage to stand up for his daughter-in-law and hold his son accountable. But I'm also afraid that family dynamics might get in the way, and he might try to sweep it under the rug to avoid conflict. Whatever she decides, I'll support her. But I hope she'll consider seeking help from someone who can make a real difference. To understand the complexity of my sister's situation, it's essential to consider the context. She lives in a conservative Arab country, where resources for domestic violence victims are scarce. There are no crisis hotlines, no qualified professionals to turn to, and no child protective services to ensure her daughter's safety. If she goes to the police, they'll likely turn a blind eye, leaving her with nowhere to turn. I know some people might hold stereotypes about Arab cultures, but my family is different. We're educated, well-traveled, and open-minded. My sister has the support system to leave her abusive husband, but I fear she won't take that step, despite knowing how toxic the relationship is. It's heartbreaking to see her trapped in this situation with no clear escape route. I'm resigned to the fact that my sister will likely return to her husband, despite my best efforts to support her. But I want to help her find a way to go back that will make him think twice before raising his hand again. I want her to have some leverage, some way to protect herself from his abuse. Maybe she can make it clear that she'll leave for good if he hits her again, or that she'll seek help from his family or friends. Perhaps she can set boundaries, making it clear what she will and won't tolerate. I know it's a fragile hope, but I want her to have some power in this toxic dynamic. I want him to know that she's not alone, that she has people who care about her and will stand up for her. I want him to think twice before hurting her again. TL Doctor, my brother-in-law, 28, physically abused my sister, 24, while she was breastfeeding their daughter. He punched and slapped her, threatening to abandon her if she left. She's now safe at our mom's house, but I fear she'll return to him due to financial dependence and cultural pressures. I want to support her, but resources are scarce in their Arab country, and police won't help. I hope she'll find a way to protect herself if she goes back, setting boundaries and making him think twice before hurting her again. Any advice or guidance on how to help my sister is welcome.
Story 2.
I feel like I'm stuck in a never-ending loop. Every day is the same: wake up, go to work, come home, and repeat. I'm not living, I'm just existing. I'm 22 years old, and I thought I'd be doing something more with my life by now. I recently graduated from university and landed my dream job, but it's not as fulfilling as I thought it would be. I'm just going through the motions, feeling empty and unfulfilled. I want to break free from this monotonous routine and start living a life that actually means something to me. But how? I thought landing my dream job straight out of university would be the key to happiness and success, and in some ways it is. I love my job, the work is engaging, my colleagues are great, and the pay is good. But as time passed, I realized that my life had become incredibly one-dimensional. I'm not doing anything else with my time except going to work and coming home. No hobbies, no social life, no exploring new places. Nothing. I'm just existing in this bubble. And it's suffocating me. I feel like I'm wasting my potential and missing out on so much life has to offer. I want to experience new things, meet new people, and create memories, but I don't know where to start. Making the move to a new city for my dream job was a thrilling but terrifying experience. I had to leave behind everything familiar: my family, friends, and comfort zone. Now, I'm surrounded by strangers and unfamiliar streets. It's like starting from scratch. I'm slowly getting used to the new surroundings, but it's still daunting. Every time I think about venturing out and exploring, I feel a knot in my stomach. Everything feels overwhelming: the noise, the crowds, the unknown. I'm hesitant to try new things or visit new places because I'm afraid of getting lost or feeling like an outsider. I wish I had someone to show me around or share experiences with, but I'm alone in this new chapter of my life. I do have some hobbies that I enjoy, like reading, writing, and drawing. They're great ways to express myself and relax, but they're all solo activities. I don't have any hobbies that involve meeting new people or interacting with others. I think this is because I've always struggled with social anxiety and feelings of awkwardness. I used to be agoraphobic, and while I've made a lot of progress, it's still hard for me to put myself out there sometimes. I get nervous about meeting new people or trying new things, even if I really want to. It's like there's a voice in my head holding me back. I know I'm missing out on so much. The city is full of events, meetups, and groups that align with my interests, but I struggle to take the leap and join in. I feel like I'm stuck in this cycle of wanting to participate but being too afraid to take the first step. I look around and see people living the same monotonous routine I am: wake up, work, sleep, repeat. It's like we're all just going through the motions without any sense of purpose or passion. I swore I'd never fall into this trap, but here I am. I feel like I've sold out. Like I've sacrificed my dreams and aspirations for a paycheck. I want to break free from this cycle, to find a sense of fulfillment and excitement in my life. But how? I don't know where to start or what changes to make. I feel stuck, like I'm trapped in this lifestyle with no escape. I want to find a way to overcome this, to create a life that truly reflects who I am and what I want. I want to live a life that's authentic, meaningful, and exciting. But for now, I'm just stuck in this rut, unsure of how to climb out.